Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands live stream and podcast. I mean, if you're watching us on the live stream, hello, wave, wave. That's why they're here. Wave, everyone. Wave. Dan, wave. Thank you. If you're listening to us... All right. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, whatever you choose to listen to us on, thank you very much. You're definitely in the majority. But also, have a watch as well with your eyeballs. This is going to be a great episode because we're going to be doing Dan's favourite format.
Oh, he loves it.
That's right. It is a news podcast. News. And it's going to be great because there's plenty of news to talk about. We haven't done news in absolutely ages. Before we get cracking, let's introduce everyone. Let's do the quick round table. Russ, hello.
Hello.
Dan, hello.
Howdy doody, Tom.
And Duncan, hello.
Smiley day to you.
And it's a hello from me. How you doing? Hey, good looking.
This is getting creepy and weird.
And with that, as I said, we're going to do news, so I'm going to hand over to Dan.
All right, yeah.
News is his baby.
Okay, news. I forgot that Okay, cool. Where do we want to start?
I quite enjoy the Smashy and Nicey style DJ. Okay, let's get some news going.
Right.
News.
A Witcher 3 for PS5 and Xbox Series X delayed indefinitely. So we're not going to get... It looks like The Witcher 3 is not going to be released on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Well, I think this is a lesson for all people who raced out to buy new consoles, just to learn it's already out on loads of other consoles. So, you don't need it. Don't need them. Just buy Witcher 3 on someone else.
And surely you can play The Witcher 3 on both those consoles already?
You can.
So what's been delayed is like the super high spec upgraded version, yeah?
Oh, actually, I don't think you can play it on both consoles already. I might be wrong on that. Guys, in the chat, let us know. Can you play it on PS5? I'm pretty certain you can play it on Xbox. I don't know whether you can play it on PS5 because, Sony,
Talk to us, please, in the chat.
Please, yeah. Also, I apologise. My internet's not wonderful this evening, so if anything seems a bit disjointed, it's not down to our lack of production skills. It's actually just because the internet's a bit disjointed.
Yeah, I think the internet is just generally a bit crap today.
Who knew that the internet's piped from Russia?
Yeah.
That's my joke.
You just literally stole Tom's joke from the podcast.
But they don't know that. They do now. They didn't know that. Because it was before
Fucking
live. So it's my joke now. It's mine.
Do you know what? I'm not even mad. Well done. Like a fair play. Well done. Do you know what? I feel like Ewan McGregor when Charlie Boorman stole that cologne commercial. Oh no, hang on, it was the other way around. I feel like Charlie Boorman did when Ewan McGregor stole.
You said that in the preamble, and Duncan, he didn't say anything, didn't blink, but very clearly it was like, I'm having that.
Yeah, I'm having that one. Well done.
Opportunistic.
Well done. Well done.
I learned from the Tories.
Unbelievable.
Okay then, more news.
Yes.
News.
More news. Xbox Game Pass gets new award-winning Square Enix game.
Which is
Life is Strange: True Colors is available to download for Xbox Game Pass subscribers from now, I think, which is meant to be
on there
really,
now.
really good. Yeah, I love the first one. I haven't played the second one, and this is the third one. I've played Before the Storm, which I really liked as well.
Love Before the Storm.
Well, fun might not be the right choice of words, but it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Dan says if you want to play a quality version of The Witcher 3, get a PC.
Yes. Fair shout.
And I will say, if you want to build a PC, there are worse times to do it. Graphics cards are coming down in price.
Hooray. So,
Which is nice.
There could be a worse time right now, but there's probably going to be a better time in about a month or so when those prices start to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
I think rock bottom is probably something of a wish when it comes to graphics card prices.
I mean, I still count my lucky stars. I managed to get a flipping 1660 GTX 1660 Super for what, 300 quid? Like at the beginning of January last year. That was insane. I haven't seen prices like that since.
Yeah, still
I remember when
Ridiculous.
all of this was fields.
I remember when all
Duncan,
of
you're
this
on
was
form.
orange groves.
You had that. That was an amazing joke. You had that amazing joke about the internet being pumped in from Russia. Like, you're just on fire tonight, Duncan.
Yeah.
Yes.
obviously.
Where do
I
you
don't know
get your
what was-
material from?
Some of it I steal from other people.
Yes, you're basically Carlos Mendez, aren't you?
Tommy, if you want to get your own back, all you need to do is just, you can tell a crazy inside joke that nobody watching will have any idea.
Just you
what's
wait,
going
my
on
friend. I'm waiting to deploy one of them. I'm like a spider in its funnel web, waiting for my prey to trigger the tripwire.
Oh, right. News! Summon the news.
Okay. Nintendo Switch Online will no longer be sold with automatic renewal as a default option. I know for a fact that last month when I went, sorry, I'm still paying for that shit. I didn't realise that. Sorry.
Yeah, automatically
As I'm
renewing
emulating
subscription
every fucking SNES
services
game.
are they're the new Britannia CD club.
Now
So
that-
much money must have been wasted. Like, I mean, I know I've had Apple TV for 3 or 4 months longer than I needed to. There's no Ted Lasso on at the moment. I don't need Apple TV. But you keep...
There's that new sci-fi show that's meant to be the best sci-fi show ever for people that obviously haven't watched The Expanse.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah, what's that called
Foundation?
again? That does actually look quite good.
I can't remember what it's called. But
Foundation.
have you watched series 5 and 6 of The Expanse yet, Russ?
I mean, no.
No. Okay. Well, here's the thing then, Russ. You are now banned from watching other TV series until you watch them. Okay.
Okay. All I've got to
Even
do
Stranger Things.
is finish Below Deck and Below Deck Mediterranean. And there is also Below Deck Down Under.
Why?
There are times, Russ. There are times when bullying, which I hate, becomes something that I really consider. And when you say things about Below Deck, it all starts bubbling out of me like the hot water around a lobster.
All I'd say is give it a little go. First one's always free. Tell me you don't find it crazy compelling.
Fair dues. I mean, to be fair, I had the same kind of view of Geordie Shore, where I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to enjoy this. And then before I knew it, I'd watched 8 series. I was invested. I knew everyone. They were
If
like
you've
a
watched
second
8 series
family.
of Geordie Shore, you have got 0 legs to stand on.
Yeah,
What's Scotty D doing this week?
he's
That's
being
name
a
I can't
sex
fucking
pest.
Was he a sex pest?
Yes,
I mean,
like
they all were.
of the
but,
worst
you know.
type. Like literally a dude who couldn't sit down without leaking semen from like every orifice in his body. He was horrible, man. He was awful.
I hate how in all of those shows, there's always the bit where there's the green screen bit where they're sitting there going, then we're going out in the town, we're going to smash some fanny. And it's like,
Smash some fanny. Yeah.
I don't really want these people near anyone I know.
So I was getting my
Never.
tash on with these 2 birds, and then Gaz comes over and he's like, takes the birds from us. So I was like, no fucking way. So I waited until he was home and I fucking smashed his face in against the fucking thing and I curb stomped him and I fucking killed him. And now I'm being arrested. Gonna do hard time. Geordie Shore, prison. I've been smashed by two. That's going to be on a
Amazing.
best of reel sometime, isn't it?
It is, except my internet's shit and I got about 50% of it.
Oh no!
I'll get it off YouTube. It's fine.
Get it off YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm telling my wife to watch out for that one. Huh?
I'm just going to hold my phone to my speaker and just like record the whole thing off of YouTube and then release that. It'll be about the same quality as the shit that I usually put out anyway, so that's fine.
You'll be reet.
Ari. Flower.
So a couple of comments. Graphics card or heat the house? Graphics card. Good point. Dan says
You could
get
probably use your
and
graphics card
house
to
with
heat
it.
the house if you set it up properly.
My computer room is crazy hot all the time.
And you should, for optimum thermal efficiency of your PC, you should
Yeah.
ventilate the room that it's in. Otherwise, you just end up recirculating the same heat back into your PC. So you want to get that heat out of your room and into somewhere that you want to keep nice and toasty.
Tom, am I allowed to bully Russ for a lot of the words he used in that sentence?
There was a lot there, wasn't there? I think you've got a lot of material and a lot of ground. And if you need a character reference during any legal proceedings that follow from bullying Russ, then I would gladly volunteer.
Whoa. Russ was giving some
Yeah, and
Marvin Lewis
if we're going to take the piss
level
out of people for using words like thermal, Dan can fucking spin on it. Well, our
Russ
friend
was giving
texted us
some
the other
Marvin
day
Lewis-
asking about
Martin.
recommendations on how to install a graphics card. I could hear from my house Dan scrabbling from his phone to ask him questions about his PSU.
Sorry, I thought you were about to say I
was-
could hear Dan's erection ripping through.
Oh, Duncan.
Broadly.
Lowering the tone. I was under the desk at that point with my phone, the camera light on my phone, just trying to look at, like, right, what does Matt need to do here then? Oh, I've just given it away then. Matt, if you're watching, which you're not, then I'm sorry, I didn't mean to name you by name.
There's
Below
Dan's
Deck, isn't that the
inside
cartoon
joke.
Star Trek spin-off? It is also the cartoon Star Trek spin-off.
Far
but it's
inferior
also-
to the... that's Lower Decks, isn't it? Below Deck is the much
Yeah, it is,
much
you're right.
much better reality TV series about people that work on luxury yachts.
How much have you watched, Russ? Because
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it may incriminate me.
Nikki says everyone knows the best reality show is Catfish.
I mean,
like that.
Haven't watched it.
it does have elements of suspense.
Surely
It's like,
Gogglebox.
is that person going to look exactly like the photo they use on their social media account? No, no, they don't, because it's fucking called Catfish.
I mean, it's good, but basically every episode revolves around using Google's reverse image lookup and going, "Oh no, it's a stock photo of a model." That's pretty much how they all go.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time,
Russ,
every damn time.
You've mentioned every episode for the last 4 years.
I've
show
not seen it.
about
I've just been
people working
catfished a
luxury
lot,
yachts.
and I've got used to it.
Yeah. He's got a great library of reverse Googled imagery. It's like massive, huge.
What-
Never seen one bigger.
What Russ actually realised is these aren't our real faces either. He's being catfished right now by all three of us.
Yeah,
We
oh,
were
really
all wearing masks.
Michael
at school,
Barrymore.
Russ.
Jimmy Savile? No.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus
for fuck's
Christ!
sake.
possibly the least
Wait,
worth
wait.
it application of deep faking technology ever.
It's John Leslie. Someone else who's getting quite a lot of press attention at the moment, just in case anyone was
Is he?
wondering. Yeah,
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 it's,
I don't want to know.
it's one of those names. Whenever you see it in the newspaper, you just think, "Oh dear."
yeah, because it's always former TV presenter John Leslie. It's always said in that tone.
It's never John Leslie's getting an award for excellence
Yeah.
on Blue
Former
Peter,
TV
is it?
presenter John Leslie. You know, it's always
If
the
you're
other
former
one.
TV presenter, that means you're never coming back as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they've already signed that as like no.
Resurgent TV presenter John Leslie back in the news, and now off the
Dan
news.
has asked, and I think we can arrange this. Can we have a side segment each week of Tom doing Geordie Shore?
It's a peak that will never come again. Maybe, yes. I mean, to be fair, I've got to resurrect James Gurnalist first, and then we'll do the Geordie Shore thing a bit more regularly.
Yeah,
What do you mean resurrect? Is he dead?
Well,
What happens to James Gurnalist?
Well, so basically, he joined the Night's Watch and was betrayed, and some fire sorceress, I believe, is resurrecting him as we speak. So just in time for the season premiere next season.
Sounds very familiar.
Yes. I said that when he wrote that in a text to me. It was very weird.
Jack asks, "Is Catfish a river monster spin-off?" Yeah, why not? And
that
apparently it's still
makes
better than
sense.
that Deck show. I agree. You're the only person I've heard talk about Below Deck, Russ.
you can't talk about it if you haven't watched it.
Okay, if I watch an episode of this, will you
The
please
series.
watch seasons 5 and 6 of The Expanse?
Yeah, if
A
you
series.
watch
I'll
watch
watch a
two
whole
series
series.
of Below Deck, I'll
What is
watch two
going on with
series
my
of The
hair
Expanse.
tonight, by the way?
TikTok.
I mean, that should sort of help you ease into it, but it doesn't count as having watched the series, no. Because you're not going to get the subtle interplay of the dynamics between the deckhands and the cabin, the interior crew.
Subtle interplay. I mean, again, I would sign a no bullying charter, but things like that will always make me tear it up on the spot.
I've donated a fair amount of money to anti-bullying campaigns, actually, Tom. But I'm taking.
Who's Just Plain Nikki? I've never seen Just Plain Nikki before. Is this a new person? If so, hello.
Nikki is a friend of mine. We'll say someone I work with. So yeah.
Excellent. Hello, welcome to the stream. It's nice to have new people.
Yeah. But don't be mouthing off about Below Deck.
Yeah, Russ gets he has a busy day and all he wants to do is come home and watch Below Deck and just chill. All right, just needs to relax. It's very tense.
Shut up! I'm watching Below Deck.
Yeah, I love you, Dad. Shut up.
Yeah,
the captain's found cannabis in one of the. I don't know, what are they? People under the stairs. It's basically just water. What's that fucking thing? Water Downton Abbey, isn't it?
Broadly,
Boat Yachting Abbey.
There's probably more fingering in Below Deck than there was in Downton Abbey.
I think you'd be surprised. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, fair dues. It's modern, isn't it? It's modern way.
However,
Fingering,
probably not more fingering than in Geordie Shore.
Oh, that's true. Although Geordie Shore always gives me the impression that they just kind of skip all that. It's just like, if the video montages are to be believed, they're literally just dancing in a club. And then all of a sudden they're in a cab. And then a minute later, they're just like banging in front of cameras. And it's like, I don't know what I'm watching. Or fighting. Yeah. Or throwing. It's usually like they're literally like stuck in their face with McDonald's. And then
isn't in Geordie Shore, they're just going out in the big market all the time.
The big market.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The big market.
Is that the club?
No, it's the main area, the going out area. It's like where
I don't know.
Most of the clubs and stuff.
One of my colleagues is a Newcastle born and bred, and he would absolutely hate the fact that I don't know this, but I don't know this.
My wife is Newcastle born and bred.
Fair dues, she'll know.
So this is why I know these things.
We've taken quite a detour from any news, but that's quite handy because I don't have much. So I will say
detours are definitely one of our specialties.
Yeah,
I think they're definitely one of your specialties.
Have you veered off of Geordie Shore and headed towards X on the Beach yet, Tom?
No, but it does sound equally as trashy. I do quite like this. I do quite like the sound of this. What's the how does it work? What's the
X
message?
on the Beach is basically a load of people from other reality TV shows go to a beach where they think they're just getting bought a holiday.
Yeah.
And then they find out that actually all their exes are being invited on that holiday with them.
Shut up.
And then they've got to spend time with them.
Well, that sounds like a recipe
really
for disaster.
For everyone. Oh, it is. It's crazy. I am making fun of it. I've watched 6 seasons of it. So I can't make too much.
Hang on. So you've just
admitted
Tom's just admitted to watching Geordie Shore. You've just admitted to watching X on the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Russ is actually the one that's.
It's not. I don't think Dan's problem with any of this is the fact that we're watching these shitty reality shows. It's that we're doing this before we've watched seasons 5 and 6 of The Expanse. If someone has watched seasons 5 and 6 of The Expanse, Dan doesn't give a monkey's what else you watch. But if you are yet to watch seasons 5 and 6 of The Expanse, Dan's opinion is basically that you're wasting your life.
Free reign. Watch the 10-second loop video on Sky of the dog and duck telling you how to press the red button if you want for like the rest of your life, as long as you watch season 5 and 6 of The Expanse.
Thing is, though, I get away with not watching The Expanse purely because Dan and I have an arrangement.
I've given up, Tom. You're beyond help.
Yes, I basically ignored him for so long that Dan gave up, and I think both of us learned a lot from that.
I'll tell you what, Tom, I fucking watched Alien the other day, and I sat there going, Tom loves this, and he would love The Expanse. And just
do it to yourself.
Really, really annoyed at myself.
Don't do it to yourself. It's not you. It's not you at all.
I know it's not me, but I was really annoyed. I wanted to drive over and just drive past, blaring out the Expanse theme tune at your house.
Yeah, you should so do
Like
that.
in is it 16 Candles with the boombox.
I believe
You
that's
should- you
Say
should-
Anything, actually, isn't it?
You should get the Expanse books on tape, Audible, and just drive backwards and forwards past my house with them playing at full volume, just every day
Creeping into
until
your
I
bedroom
came.
at night with a pair of headphones that on really quietly, so you just absorb it in your sleep.
Yeah. Excellent.
We'd all learn something.
Every 5 seconds, it just cuts to Dan was right.
Yeah. Johnny, I'm really hungry, and also, Dan was right. Are you still got a fever?
Is that the first thing you say every morning when you wake up? Morning. I'm really hungry.
Yeah, I'm really hungry. I need a wee. And Dan
Why
was
aren't you
right.
dealing with these things?
Yeah, Johnny, I'm hungry and I need a wee. Take me to the toilet.
Pop some toast in me.
Yeah.
I can do both at the same time. I can do both.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm painting quite a picture of myself.
yeah, you are, and it's a hell of a picture. So
It's a
anyway,
hell of a picture, yes.
from all that, yeah, Nintendo are doing away with.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah. Nice one, guys. Oh, here's some good news. Well, who knows? Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast. Words I've just said. Wizards of the Coast, who own Dungeons and Dragons, have just bought D&D Beyond, which is the service that you use to create
that's
character sheets. And it could potentially be. I think something Jack said earlier made a good point. Does this mean they're actually going to start giving away PDFs of the books now with when you buy the books, which would be nice.
I quite like I really like. I mean, I haven't used it for a wee bit, but I like D&D Beyond. So I quite like this merger because it's a nice app. It's something that's a lot easier to handle your character sheet than say Roll20, and it's nice. It's a good merger. Well, I quite like the merger anyway. It just means that if it's easier to use the books, maybe, and I don't know, stuff.
Yeah, I
Stuff,
kind of
Good
doubt
idea.
they'll give away PDFs of the books because that's just too easy. I mean, you can
I'm talking about when you buy the book, it's also available on D&D Beyond. Everything
yeah,
you've
yeah,
bought
but
with
it's
the
not
book
like
is
you couldn't
available.
just like take it and save it, but it's in the app. You can use it. You can look up rules and monsters and whatever you need.
How do they do that? Is there like a code with the book?
We don't know if this will actually happen, but other RPGs are doing exactly that. So, in fact, you
very
do
nice.
get PDFs with a lot of them. So,
But yeah,
Very
so
nice.
at the moment, if you're using Roll20, if you buy the physical book, you don't magically get that information in Roll20. You have to buy the book in Roll20, or like the run, your game does. But if it's all owned by Wizards, hopefully, be able to sort of link it up a bit better.
and Roll20 is not the best way to just peruse a book. By the way, it's worth mentioning.
No, or
because
like if you're playing physically, it's probably not. If you just want, an automated character sheet, D&D Beyond is probably the best sort of experience for that kind of thing.
I think so. Is Dan going to start blasting Peter Gabriel from a boombox to convince everyone to watch The Expanse? No, I'm going to start blasting the audiobook of The Expanse from a boombox to convince everyone to watch and read The Expanse.
To be fair, though, that's actually probably that comment right there is probably one of the most underrated jokes of the night. I think that it would be Peter Gabriel.
Have you got your piece of paper, Tom?
Yes. This is a sort of a way of unofficially welcoming you to the crew. But that was a clever joke, so well done. That was good. This is what I use to point out clever jokes.
And what is hilarious is that and it's only since Tom pointed out that it's clever is in uppercase and joke is in lowercase.
It's like my
which
kid
means that
wrote
the
it.
actual the clever joke is actually a clever joke as well.
Yes, the person who wrote this has the mind of a child, has a child's mind.
And we'll never change. Well,
we guys, we're getting a new No Man's Sky updates. No Man's Sky Outlaws overhaul space combat. Apparently.
At
They
time,
just
really.
keep working on this damn game.
It's slowly turning into EVE Online, isn't it? It's just
Except
adding more and
EVE
more and more
Online
stuff
is-
to it.
Certainly got that sort of feature creep thing going on. If you know, not so much feature creep in the way
everyone's gone out.
not so much feature creep in the sense they usually mean like when stuff keeps having to like things are being added on like against the plan. It's just like you just keep getting little things, little nice bits are being added all the time that are pleasant. So good feature creep.
It's like a continuous extension.
Full patch notes: a new class of starship has been added, the Solar Sail ship.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No way!
Oh, I didn't even read this.
Sailor.
The Solar Sailor.
Well, that's it. I'm gonna go buy this.
Solar starships come in a wide range of procedurally generated variations. They can be found all across the galaxy, but are more common in outlaw systems. The Solar class starship comes with unique technologies and efficient pulse engines.
Yeah.
All ships now come with a high-capacity cargo inventory. The starting size of the cargo inventory varies according to ship size and class. Ship cargo inventory can be upgraded. We don't need to know any of this shit. We just need to know that there's a ship in there called the Solar Sail ship.
I'm
Which
so
sounds
happy
like
right now.
I am as well.
I love
Feels like
ever since I
A
saw
small part
Count
of this podcast is in that universe now.
Yeah, ever since I saw Count Dooku's Solar Sailor in episode 2, which, as you said, is the best of the prequels if you remove 80% of the film, Dan. The Solar Sailor is
The
undoubtedly
oldest
one
joke of the podcast.
Yes, that's good. I'm bringing it back. I'm reclaiming it, but mainly because no one's used it for a long time. But it will be merch one day. It will be merch.
Are you bringing it back as a bit like you could bring something back from the dead, as if you maybe had an arch-lich like Vecna as a patron? And where are we going to see Vecna, Dan?
Oh, okay, cool. Are we moving on then? Okay,
Well,
so it's
Lost.
Yeah, they've just shown the Stranger Things season 4 trailer, and they've announced the big bad, and it is going to be Vecna, who is from D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons related news. Russ, have you watched any of Stranger Things season 4 yet? Or any of Stranger Things? Not actually.
I haven't watched it because obviously they sort of consulted with me before they recorded it because they knew how much of a big Stranger Things fan I am.
You are a huge Stranger Things fan.
Yes,
Too much of a
clearly.
fan to even watch it. In fact,
I just don't think I'm ever going to get around to it. There's too much on.
Yes,
I just want to.
below deck. There's too much going on below deck.
And I've got
You upset
like,
me.
I mean, they've added a couple of new gardens to Lawnmower Simulator. It's non-stop, mate. It's non-stop.
Are you beavers?
Beavers. They've added the ability to grow sunflowers as a crop to the beaver game in support of Ukraine. So there's that whole
Can
thing
we-
to deal with.
It's actually quite cute.
Can we change up the format of this podcast? And I just want it now to be Russ talks to a teenager that's just been to a rave. And just that to be the whole podcast. Just have a conversation about what they've been up to.
I think they would
That's what I would
appreciate
know.
Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah. So too.
That's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out. Let's do it. See what the reviews are like. And that's the plan.
The Dinosaur Park DLC for Lawnmower Simulator is very good. It's a couple of those maps are fucking massive. You're looking at like an hour plus to get them done.
On Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah. So there's like they've added like a sort of a Jurassic Park style expansion where you've got like a dinosaur sort of park to mow. It's awesome.
Do they chase you?
No, they're like it's like as in what you would find in a real dinosaur park. So it's animatronic dinosaurs that just stand still and go. "Arr, arr."
So they've managed to make the term dinosaur park really fucking boring.
Well, it's a realistic dinosaur park, by which I mean it's got no actual dinosaurs in it.
If I
got really excited there.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Payoff
not like
really
you
wasn't
versus
worth it.
you on a lawnmower versus a velociraptor.
Yeah. I'd like to see who wins that one.
If they add dinosaurs to Lawnmower Simulator, I want them chasing me, and the only way I'm got to survive is by mowing the lawn.
This is all quite
that's-
antithetical to the core gameplay dynamic of Lawnmower Simulator. It is a very low stakes game. The worst thing that can happen is that you accidentally nubble a bit of a rose bush. I wouldn't recommend it. Get on Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair dues. Yeah.
By
Yeah.
the way, if anyone's wondering about the background with all the plates, I'm at my parents'. So
Is that? Has someone said that?
no one said anything. I just felt like
So has he
I
been
felt
at-
the need to explain myself.
Been at the back of his
I haven't
mind for
all
the last hour.
I haven't all of a sudden developed a fascination with plates, with wall-mounted plates. So
This is going to be a bit of a dunkidope, but is that the room where we used to play Necromunda
yes, it is.
and
Duncan,
sad
yes.
stuff?
Yeah, that's where we just play
Yeah.
Warhammer in here. Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm on the table. This has seen some good times. This table.
It's where we first did podcast. No, it was where we used to do not podcast
No.
recording, wasn't it? The first time we ever did it was at
Yeah,
someone else's house, wasn't it?
Sean's.
John's house.
You can travel. You can go back in time and go back in time. You can go back and listen to the first episodes of the podcast. And it's Sean. Yeah. So yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know why I felt any reticence about saying his name, considering if anyone ever visited the back catalogue, they would, of course, hear it. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
There was a moment there where I was like, treating him like Voldemort. Like, oh, don't say his name. Don't say- He'll
No.
come back.
And he seems to be doing very well with the retro game stuff as well. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
on.
Fair play to the fella.
Where were we? Should we do some more news?
Yes.
That's
Super
I'm so
news.
glad. Oh, you can watch the first 10 minutes of The Batman online now.
Ah. Is it the best 10 minutes of
And I'd
The
say-
Batman?
No. It's a good 10 minutes though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good 10-minute chunks of the Batman film that make up the whole film, basically.
I might,
It's a
yeah,
good 10
I might go and
minutes.
see.
Yeah, it's a good
The
opening.
Batman.
It's a really good opening.
It does look.
Can I
pretty
come
good.
with
I'm
you?
very excited.
Bus, can I come with you?
You may.
Thank you.
How many times have you seen it now?
I've seen it 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
It's very
I
good.
don't know. I think I'd still prefer to have sex with ladies.
Well, it's not on the table, so let's just go see the Batman instead.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I am excited for tomorrow. Emma is, because it was filmed in Glasgow. She's like, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to spend. She all spent a lot of the film trying to guess where different bits were filmed and spot the Glasgow bits.
Hmm.
So, but anyway,
mean, it stands out. Like, to be fair, like you won't be trying too hard. it's just, oh look, that's definitely Glasgow. So yeah.
Yeah, cuts from a scene in like a diner or something to a pub with a bunch of guys fighting over a kebab outside.
Yeah.
Oh, go more stereotypical. They're fighting over a haggis or something else like
I
that.
could have said
Deep-fried
deep fried
Mars
Mars
bar.
bar.
Bunch
Which
of guys in
nobody's
kilts
eaten ever.
fighting over a Scotch egg.
Yeah, he's
Surely
spent half
Scotch
of them
eggs
running
is just
around
called
in a
eggs
sunset.
up there.
yeah, but they're not. Yeah, but the Scotch egg isn't actually Scottish. It was done by Fortnum and Masons, and scotching is the process rather than where it originates from.
Yeah, you can scotch
Yeah,
anything
so
if you try
fuck
hard
you,
enough.
Russ.
Fuck you. There you
I
go.
feel I should have pointed out that I'm technically Scottish.
I'd also like the fact that I was the one that made the reference to Scotch eggs, and yet Russ is the one getting all the hate for it. So I'm going to maneuver myself onto the more powerful, strong people's side and point the anger at Russ as well. How dare you? It's not. It was
On
Fortnum
a-
and Mason, you bastard.
On a similar note, it's been quite good in Moon Knight, spotting all the weird disconnected bits of London that are somehow joined up by the same bus route, including some bits which are in Budapest.
Yes. Yes, this is true.
Like what's clearly meant to be like Covent Garden or something where he sits, that is not in London. There's quite a few bits like that.
Yeah, but next you'll be telling me he's not actually English.
I'm really enjoying the accent. I know some people have a problem with it, but I love it.
No, me too. I'm loving Moon Knight in general.
Yeah, I've not
in
seen
general.
today's one, obviously, because I'm not crazy. But yeah, I've seen the first two, and it is excellent. It's really good.
Here's what I've been telling everyone. Episode 2, directed by Moorhead and Benson, who directed one of my favourite films, The Endless. Well worth a watch. After you've watched The Expanse. Dan has
Isn't
actually
the
said...
expanse like another word for the endless? Like,
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
good point.
it's unoriginal.
Really deep there. Well done.
Thanks, man. Baby, you know I can get deep.
Yeah.
Anyway, can we just move on, Dan?
We
This
got
is
it,
getting really
Duncan.
boring. Cheers, Duncan. You're literally like my hype boy who just explains what's been said. He meant up your bum. Like,
Who said that?
yeah, no, it's true.
You'd be amazed at how often he has to pop up and say that.
Cheers, Duncan. If you have to explain it, it's too diffuse. Anyway, Dan, as you were, news.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes of Batman's online, but as Jack has pointed out, you can watch pretty much, if you wanted to, you could probably watch the whole of it online if you've tried hard enough.
Well, yeah.
What else have we got? Bugsnax is coming to Xbox on Game Pass.
What's that again? Remind me.
It's a game where you're a bug and you've got to go around eating things, I think.
Okay.
It's meant to be
People
pretty good.
loved Bugsnax. Yeah. Russ will love it. I got a feeling.
That sound like
Russ will
it's
love
up
that game.
his street.
Yeah. It's meant to be really good, to be fair. Like, I've heard good things, but it's on PlayStation at the moment, so I you know me. I'm not going to touch that. So yeah,
Fuck you,
Bugsnax.
PlayStation.
Fuck you, PlayStation.
With your Pro
what else we
Platinum
got?
Plus tier subscription thing. It's just weird.
I mean,
isn't it?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, that is news.
Yeah. Stranger Things, new big bad has been named. Has anyone seen, like, seriously, has anyone seen the actual trailer for the new series of Stranger Things?
But yeah, I know you shared it, but
It looks fucking awesome. It does look really, really good. So
I mean, I've loved every series I've watched, even the sort of slightly poorer quality third series. Yeah, I can't wait.
yeah, me too. Big fan.
Any weird?
What else have we got? Batman streaming on HBO Max promotes premiere date. So I think it was announced today that it's going to be streaming from April 19th in this country and available to buy in physical form from June. Although I've only seen that online and haven't had that confirmed. I think that's
It's going to be streaming
Yeah,
on what?
premium streaming services, it says, which means money.
Streamium.
But by that, like, do they mean as in it's, you know, available to rent? You can't just hop
Yes.
on the Netflix and play it.
Basically, yeah. Although all the other DC films have gone straight to Sky Cinema.
Well, Lucky Sky Cinema.
Yeah, but the thing is with this one is they've got one that people actually want to watch. So
Basically,
they can
yeah,
probably do it a
that's
bit
the-
differently.
Good one, Russ.
Slamming DC.
Yeah, slam him.
Nick Cage did an AMA on Reddit.
Did it go as well as James Corden's?
If hopefully better. It was really sweet. It was just like, who would he like to play in a film? He said Captain Nemo.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he says, because he goes, you know, Nemo was obsessed with the ocean, and I like the ocean. And he said, if you could only choose 3 films to be preserved for posterity, he said, Bring Out the Dead, Pig, and Leaving Las Vegas. And if he had to watch 2 films over and over again, he said Apocalypse Now and Spirited Away. One of my favorite things about Nick Cage is he's just a dude. who just does crazy things when he starts acting.
Yeah,
That's
he always
such a-
seems quite composed in interviews and things.
Yeah, exactly.
Always, including that time he came out doing karate kicks and throwing money into the crowd.
Not always,
backflips.
perhaps.
Yeah.
It was the most one of the recent award ceremonies where the interview was something about him being like peanut butter.
No, shortbread.
Shortbread.
Yeah, it was. I
shortbread
think it was at South by Southwest, and he came out
It
in
was
like a
just
tartan
genius.
jacket. And he's basically,
It's
someone
just-
asked him about the jacket, and he goes, it was very English. And they said, well, no, I just really like shortbread. So I wanted to dress like shortbread. So I thought, I'm going to dress like shortbread. He said like shortbread in the interview like 7 times, how much he loves shortbread. And to be fair, shortbread is fucking banging.
It's great stuff, yeah.
It is. Also, I just thought, you know what? You probably just asked a stupid question, and all Nick Cage is doing is playing with you. And I loved the answer. I thought it was brilliant. It was hilarious, and it was good fun.
I do quite like the idea that Nicolas Cage is just trolling everyone all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. But in a really kind of soft, gentle, good-natured way.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a really, really nice way. Almost a bit Jim Carrey-esque. Oh, no, actually, no. What am I saying? Jim Carrey is a really terrible example because he's not trolling anyone. He's just spitting the truth all the time, isn't he?
Mm.
He was the one on the Jimmy Fallon. Was it Jimmy Fallon's show where he was literally saying, all of this, you, Jimmy, you are part of the machine that keeps us from probing too far into the depths of what actually happens in this world. You are part of the Illuminati smokescreen, which I thought was quite interesting. And actually, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. So thought's going to fester.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between that and just talking about how much you love shortbread, isn't there?
Bit of a difference, yeah. Bit of a difference.
Have you ever done shortbread with clotted cream? It's like,
Have I ever
You
done
just said-
shortbread?
You can't say
Have you
you've
ever
done
done-
shortbread.
Done some shortbread. Bring that up with the teenager we'll get on after they've been to a rave.
So, hello, how do you do, fellow teenager?
Why are you just staring at me? Oh, ketamine. Okay, cool. Have you ever
Yeah.
done shortbread?
Yeah. What's ketamine like with clotted cream? Excellent.
Some people talking. Dan says, I see Dan doing a Saw-like scenario where he kidnaps a bunch of friends and forces them to watch The Expanse. Or you could watch it on your own. I don't have to do that.
So this is your get out of jail free card,
Dan's
isn't it?
preferred way of getting someone to watch The Expanse is to be sat right next to them, staring at them, maybe a centimetre or two away from their face, making sure that they appreciate all the good bits well enough.
Yeah, if anyone looks at their phone, ooh, trouble.
Unless it's pictures of Amos, and then it's all right.
Yeah, definitely. Jax is fairly certain if you put the effort in, we've done that already. Also, this shortbread is the tits. His highlight has to be turning on Bath's Christmas lights. Did
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage turn on Bath's Christmas lights?
Yeah.
Amazing. Who knew?
Might have to do. We should probably do a Nicolas Cage podcast at some point.
Quick straw poll: Con Air or The Rock?
Con Air.
On air. It's more quotable.
Con Air's got that lovable paedophile in it, so why not? Hey?
Yep. Does the shooter feel lucky? Yes, he does.
Are there? Could we do
I'm
a
so
World
glad
Cup
he
of Nick
escaped.
Cage
The
films?
paedophile serial killer. Great. Was that sorry?
Could we do a World Cup of Nick Cage films?
We probably could. There are fucking hundreds of them.
Did we?
So,
We
yeah.
did at
do
some
that.
point do a Nicolas Cage. Didn't we do like a Nicolas Cage Royal Rumble of all his characters?
Which Nicolas Cage would you want to be?
There we go. Yeah, we did that sort of thing, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Something like
good. I'd be the one that says
Nicolas
Mandy.
Cage wins, wasn't
Cage fight.
Yeah.
Whichever one says Mandy, that's the one I'd go for.
None of them say
None of
that
them
like
say
that. Tom.
Mandy.
I've watched Mandy, and he never says
Mandy!
it like that. No, and what's annoying is every time I see it, like see the box for Mandy, all I think of is you saying Mandy.
Mandy!
And
Mandy!
it doesn't actually happen in the film, and I think it's going to get to that like Mandela effect kind of thing, where I'm convinced he says it in the film, even though he doesn't.
I think you just miss it every time. You must just put
Maybe-
the kettle
maybe
on or
that's it,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mandy's. Okay, should we talk about PlayStation's new service? They've combined PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, and they've given you 3 flexible options to spend your money on. Basically.
Dying in poverty.
Yeah, this is Paul. Don't turn the heating on if you're getting this, mate. So the 3 selections. I'm on the PlayStation.blog at the moment. PlayStation Plus games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, online multiplayer access. There are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. The cost of that is $6.99 a month, basically. Okay, so you get 2 free games. It's what you get at the moment. Okay. PlayStation Plus Extra provides all the benefits of the Essential tier, adds a catalogue of 400. Why is there an asterisk there? I actually need to know that.
I believe it is up to 400.
Yeah. Local prices may vary. PlayStation Plus catalogue titles may also vary by market and tier and may change over time. PlayStation Plus is an ongoing subscription subject to recurring subscription fee taken automatically until cancellation. Okay, cool. So it's a catalogue of 400 of the most enjoyable PS4, PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from the PlayStation Studios catalogue and third-party partners. Games in this extra tier are downloadable for play. That's $10.99 a month. PlayStation Plus Premium provides all the benefits of essential and extra tiers, adds up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming, catalogue of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations, offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, PS4, offered in the extra and premium tiers in markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. Time-limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. That one is £13.49 a month.
So none of them are as good as your basic Game Pass.
Nope.
Broadly.
Basically.
And the names
There's more games.
Are stupid.
But literally all they've done is combine PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus with this. PlayStation Now, which is widely considered a shit service, basically.
Don't they do like quarterly and annual prices for the whole package?
They do, yeah. So this is where it becomes a slightly better deal. So the PlayStation Plus Premium annually is $99.99, which is actually cheaper than Game Pass. $39.99 quarterly.
It's cheaper, but it's still not as good as Game Pass.
No. None of these are as good as Game Pass. Game Pass is basically, I look at it like this. People are going to buy PlayStations anyway. So they don't need something that beats Game Pass. They just need something that looks nice when they put it on their PlayStation, that they can say it's a bit like Game Pass. So we've got something that's a bit like Game Pass, and you like all the games that are coming out on PlayStation anyway, so you might as well buy a PlayStation, buy the premium games that you want to play, because we've got loads of them. And also, while you're at it, why not stream this for £13.49 a month, where you can get an extra up to 750 games a month as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're trying. I don't think they're trying to beat Game Pass. Is the point? I still think it's shit. I don't think it's very good at all. In fact, but I don't think it has to be. I think it has to be good enough, and I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, they've clearly not gone. We're going to beat Game Pass, because they would have to rebuild the service from the ground up to do that. And yeah, it's fair if they want to stick with selling people physical, individual versions of games, that's fine. But I'm just annoyed by the names. They're just so first draft attempts at names for a cool thing. Plus Essential, plus Extra,
I'm not a fan
plus
of
Premium.
I'll be honest.
What was the name of the alien that scratched out Nick Fury's eye?
The Flurgan.
Yeah, see, that's a first draft name, isn't it? We discussed this already. It's like that. It's on par with that. The Flurgan.
Yeah.
The what? Flurgan. Did you say Flurgan?
This is good.
Yeah, I said Flurgan.
This is a good point. What Paul just said. People are going to buy PlayStations anyway, but we've done a deal, so all this is hosted in the Microsoft cloud, so you can give them some of your money anyway. It is all Microsoft tech for the cloud.
It's hosted on
services.
Is it all on Azure?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Crazy. You think they'd at least
Yeah.
use Amazon or someone?
Yeah, no. So, yeah, that's a good point. And Jamie says he's just bought the Halo Master Chief Collection. Jamie, please,
Nice.
please get Game Pass. Just, I'm begging you now on a podcast, get Game Pass, because that's part of it. So you don't
And
need
it's
to buy
never
it.
going to
Which Game
go.
Pass though?
It's
Yeah.
never going to go. It's like the killer app.
Yeah,
They probably won't remove Halo from it, yeah. But it is
Well,
true, like,
they-
yeah, you do have to accept that you don't own these games if you have Game Pass, and they could all
True.
disappear at any time. But
this is
they
true.
won't. Not
No.
ones like that.
Not the Microsoft
Write down
games
the
won't go.
date and time you said that. Because it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah. I mean, if they did just go, yeah, we're not actually putting the new Halo game on Game Pass, they would have a full-on revolution on their hands now.
Yeah,
That's the
we'll
thing,
find
isn't it?
out.
Once you're paying into this thing the whole time, and it's something that comes out monthly, like whether anyone agrees on a legal like EULA sort of level, you know, we're like church mice now. We own a little bit of the church, whether they like it or not, and you know, we have helped by subscribing build Game Pass into an even more successful platform
Yeah.
and allow them to do all the stuff they've done. So yeah,
I think in
be a
all
fucking
seriousness, like,
mutiny.
Cost of living crisis, you know, people are looking a bit more carefully at their bills and what's going out every month, and you know, people have sort of accumulated a whole bunch of individually very reasonable sounding content
Yeah.
and media subscriptions. But you know, if you've got Game Pass, Netflix, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Hulu, you're spending quite a lot a month on streaming services. So people are going to probably strip a couple of them back.
Yeah, I probably should take a look at my direct debits. See what's going on there.
Yeah, all those
It's
$9.99s
just-
a month really do add up when you've got like 40 of them, most of which you've
Tom,
got to watch that one thing.
Your direct debits, Tom, will just mostly be 3D printers, though.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, luckily that's what I mean. This is the ironic thing, isn't it? You start to see streaming services as exclusive from the little things I buy myself. You know what I mean? And so even though you might have like 100 and something pounds going out in subscriptions every month, you're like, well, that's part of my bills. That's a bill. That's an outgo. You know, whatever.
No, I've got no
Whereas my
choice over
3D
that.
printer, you know, just I'm buying
I'll
a bit more filament
3D
every
print
month.
myself a series to watch. I'll fucking show him.
Oh God! If only I could, I would.
I'm used
Next
out,
week's
guys.
stream will be a live stream of Tom's printer wearing away for an hour.
I had there's this channel on TikTok which all it does is streams 3D printing going wrong, and it's just basically someone will set up an impossible thing for a 3D printer to print, and all it does for 7 to 14 hours is just print this big pile of like noodle of plastic filament. That's all it does. It just does that backwards and forwards. It's one of the most stressful things I've ever watched, because I'm just like, oh my God, think of all that, for the money of that filament just going down the pan. It's awful. It happened to me recently. I was printing out, obviously, a sort of a quarter size replica of Master Chief's assault rifle. Don't know why. Just had some grey filament, thought
Where
I'd do
are
it.
you putting all this stuff, Tom?
It's cluttered around me, isn't it? It's just all over the place. There's a lot of very suspicious looking objects around me, big tall cylinders. But yeah, I came back sort of halfway through its print time and found that at some point it had failed. It had come loose from the print bed and was basically just a big pile of grey, spindly, noodly. It was heartbreaking. I could just see.
Dear.
Yeah, it was gutting, mate. It was really sad.
Can it not sort of tell if something's gone wrong, or does it just assume everything's fine?
It can. The bigger one can tell when the filament's not feeding properly, so it will pause printing and alert you by going beep 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 if the filament's not feeding through the Bowden tube properly and into the extruder. Whereas if it comes loose from the base plate, it just won't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Unfortunately, I mean, you can get printers that are really advanced that can notice when something's come loose and it will alert you then. But yeah, sadly not. I don't have thousands of pounds to spend on a printer. This is a very comfortable budget printer. Yep. That's it, Dan. That's all I'm doing.
The 3D printer section of the podcast.
3D
There you go,
printing
there it
corner.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. So if anyone's interested in our World Cup of Robots, I haven't narrowed down the 32 yet. However, I'll pop it up on the socials at some point, which are the final 32 of the robots that are left.
And then
Pop it up.
we can get voting on those soon.
I think let's aim to start the vote. Let's have the brackets ready by next Wednesday, ready to go, shall we?
Can't we?
Yeah, love it. I'm out of here, Tom. I'm done.
Excellent. This is brilliant. It's been really nice to do news, get to do a little bit, because it usually ends up in a
Maybe
nice
it's Tom's
bit.
favourite.
Absolutely. Is Tom's room starting to look like the... Oh, I've been plunged into darkness. I think. Well, that's it, guys. The power energy crisis has come to a head, and all my lights have gone off. No, it hasn't actually. No. What's happened is the battery on my little coloured light has gone off. That's a bit of a shame. Anyway, no further ado. Thanks very much for joining us. If you watched us on the stream, thank you. Here's your wave. Everyone wave. That's why they're here. They're watching us on video. Jamafet. Ha, Bowden extruder. Yes.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, it's good, that one. It's good.
Sounds a bit like bum.
And it yeah, that's good. Sounds filthy. Yeah, sounds incredibly rude. So thank you very much for watching. If you were listening to us as well, thank you very much for listening on whatever platform you chose, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, whatever podcatcher you might have found us on. Really appreciate your listens. Keep them coming. We really appreciate it. Obviously, we're going to be back next week on the stream at the same time. If you want to interact with us on Facebook, Instagram, or what's the other one? Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. The handle is at TMTOOH, or on Facebook, facebook.com/TMTOOH. There's some pods coming up. Dan, do you want to just quickly...
All these ones, because they're stuck on a computer that's not got the internet at the moment. So I've got the first part of the robots one to go up. Now I've got to somehow extract that. I mean, there's loads of easy ways of doing it. Extract that, put it onto here, so I can then release it. And then robots part 2, and then this one as a podcast that people will have heard now as a podcast if they're listening to it, which is where most people actually listen to it.
Excellent.
That will be up there.
Excellent. Brilliant. So loads to look forward to, loads coming. One final thing on Instagram, if you go to our bio, you'll find a link to our Discord server. So head on over, join the chat. Dan is usually on there and probably could do with some moral support from the rest of us as well. So we'll try and do that at some point. Anyway, yeah, I said we'll be back next week. Thank you for listening to the news. We'll just say goodbye from everyone. Goodbye, Russ.
Too late.
Goodbye, Duncan.
Ta-ra, Pet.
Goodbye, Dan.
And to get